What's up, everyone? Daph here for my automation tips. Today, looking at how you can use Monday's automation with Zapier to print off some labels that lead directly back to the item in Monday using a barcode and a scanner. So pretty cool automation. Let's just dig right into it. All right, so first off, we have an intake form, which is built in Monday. This is just to intake electronic devices into a database. And so you can see we enter in all the information, and as soon as you hit submit, it will regenerate the form again so you can intake multiple machines at a time. Once that is done, it shows up in Monday in your selected board, and all the information is there and concatenated into one column so you can see it more easily. There's also a status that changes, which triggers an automation. That automation adds the item to Google Sheets. And you can see there's all the information there. Two very important fields. One is this unique identifier. And the other is a tiny URL, which you will see in just a minute, after I'm apparently done demonstrating all the data in there. And this tiny URL links directly to the item in Monday. So once you tie that to a barcode, it actually will load up the item directly in Monday. So all you have to do is scan the barcode and this will show up. Now we're going to take some time, build this out so we got some data to work with. Now you can see after working at lightning speed to enter all that in, that all our items are in there, and each of these items have a unique identifier, which is important because that's why we recognize it on the actual sticker that's printed. Once you've done that, you can export that to CSV by going to the File menu, Download, and then we're going to choose comma separated values. This is what you can use to upload into Dymo Connect. We are using a Dymo label printer this time. And you can see I've already built a template in here, and that is already mapped. So all the fields are already mapped to a template. And so when you import the data and choose it from your Finder or File Explorer, you can then get this view here where you can select all the items that you want to print. So we're just going to select one this time. With that imported, we now have a label that is filled in with all our relevant information. Of course, once you've done that, you want to hit the print button to actually get it on paper. All right, so to do that, we added a column with status and added an automation. And that automation is so that every item that is created triggers a status change to working on it. In this case, I didn't rename anything. I just used basic status and working on it. So when you create a new item, it will then automatically change that status on the right-hand side to working on it. What that does then is it triggers an automation in Zapier. When that status is changed, that is what Zapier is looking for, it triggers the rest of the chain of events. So in this case, you can see I have the board that we're in and the status column. And then the first thing we do is shorten that URL. So every item in Monday has a URL, and the only thing that changes for the URL is the item ID that is generated when the automation is triggered. Next, we have a simple calculation to make a unique identifier. So we divide the item ID by a random number and times it by 5 and then round up. What that does is it gives us a very large random number. And what we care about is to have a 4 to 5 digit number And so I use a split text to get everything after the period. That then gives me a unique identifier. And finally, I fill all that in to Google Sheets. So you grab the outputs that are relevant to the columns. You can see this would be the serial number usually. This would be the output from the unique identifier calculation. The rest is directly from Monday's integration into Zapier, which is pretty cool. Saves you having to manually do this via API. And then at the bottom there, you can see the tiny URLs that were generated. And that's because barcodes can only handle X amount of characters. And so by converting it to a tiny URL, it can actually fit within the barcode. So here you can see the new item that we created. Obviously it's missing all the info, but all the URL and the unique identifier are there automatically. Beautiful. Once you do that, you can export that. Go into File menu, Download, and comma separated values, CSV. And then we go back to our template here, hit the import button. You would choose your spreadsheet, select the items you want to print, and hit that import button. And bam, it autofills everything. And the last thing to do is hit that print button. That's it from me. Thanks so much for watching. Drop some comments. Let me know what you think. If you want to see something specific, like and subscribe. It would go a long way for me. And I'm going to be doing more variety in terms of videos and automations and stuff. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.